Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. I am Aman Manapure, student of unnatiDevelopment and Training Center Private Limited, here before you to discuss continuous delivery setup using Red Hat OpenShift and GitHub using webhooks. Let me be your developer and admin both for this tutorial. Let's get started. So I am here on the OpenShift 4 playground, which is an online lab available to us for practice. Click on the start scenario. Now let's launch our application. The command is oc new minus app minus minus name. I'm giving our name as test. Now let's go to our GitHub repo and copy the URL to it. Let's check for the pods, and the command is oc get pods -w is for watch. So our pod is deployed. Now let's check for the logs, and the command is oc logs -f bc slash test, where bc is build config and test is our name of the application, and c push successful. Now let's expose the service of our application, and the command is oc expose svc, which is service, and test, the name of our application. Now let's get the route to it, and the command is oc get route. Click on the route and open it. Now we can see that current version of our application is successfully deployed. So we are done with the first part now, and let's get on with the triggers. Now let's describe the build config of our application. The command is oc describe bc test. Here you can see there are two webhooks. One is the webhook GitHub and webhook generic. We are going to use the generic in this tutorial. So just copy the generic URL and paste it somewhere to get access to it. Coming back to the terminal, now let's take the secret. So that for the command is oc get bc test -o YAML pipe grep -i secret. Here we are able to see two secrets, but do note that we need to the second one, which is generic secret, and paste it in the doc. Now take the URL for the API port. For that, you need to click on the plus icon, which is labeled as web preview, select port 2 on host 1 and copy, write 6443 and display port. Copy the URL and paste it in the doc. Now let's create our payload URL. For that, simply copy and paste the webhook generic URL and edit it. Copy the 6443 API port URL and paste it before APIS. And now copy the secret and paste it in the secret, which is the second last field. So we have successfully got our payload URL. Now copy the payload URL and come back to the terminal. Do note that my current version of the application is 1. Now I'm going to edit the code. Changing it to version 2 and committing it. We can see on the route it's currently version 1. Going forward with the manual trigger, and the command is curl -x post -k and paste the payload URL. Curl is a tool for transferring data using various network protocols. -x is a request and post is HTTP method to send data to a receiving web application. -k is to allow insecure connections. It is not suggested, but for this purpose we are simply using it. You can see it is success. Curl command can be executed using any terminal with anyone who has the unique secret and the payload URL, and the manual trigger has been done successfully. Let's check for the pods and see whether it's working or not. OC get pods -w. As we can see, it's working, and yes, it is completed. Now let's get back to our route URL and check. Yes, it's version 2 and the manual trigger has been successfully done. Now let's set up webhook triggers. Go to your repo, head over to settings, then to webhooks, click on add webhook, enter the payload URL we have generated and copy paste the secret as well. Rest options you can leave it as defaults and add webhook. You can see the webhook has been successfully added without any error. And the current version is version 2 and I'm going to change the version now. Changing it to version 3 and committing it. So now the current version is 3. Let's see the pods. As you can see, the webhooks are working, and as soon as I pushed an update, the API request has been come and my pod has started building and will be soon deployed. Access the route and you can see the latest application in the production line. Thanks for watching, and you can find all a detailed doc regarding all the steps in the video description. Don't forget to hit the like button, do share with your network, and subscribe to our channel. That motivates us to make more awesome content for all of you. Thanks.